Let's talk about the effects of European and Native American contact. How did it change both worlds, especially Europe? In Europe, the diet was profoundly affected by that contact with the New World, mainly from new crops from the Americas going over to Europe. Probably most importantly is corn. Corn is easily grown and spreads as far as China very quickly after being discovered by Europeans in the New World. Next, let's look at some traditional European dishes that aren't entirely European. Here's bangers and mash, sausage and mashed potatoes, a very common British and especially Irish dinner. Except what's not exactly Irish about it, it's the potatoes. Potatoes were native to South America. Potatoes were discovered by Europeans, brought back to Europe, and became popular in Europe, especially in Ireland. In fact, potatoes actually made their way to North America via immigrants from Europe. Spaghetti and meatballs from Italy, except the tomato is not native to Italy. The tomato was another New World plant that was brought back and grown and cultivated in Europe. France, masters of the kitchen. Surely their chocolate mousse didn't need anything from America except the chocolate. Chocolate, another New World plant, extremely popular in Europe when it arrives and is later grown in other parts of the world, but originally a New World plant. Why this is so important to us is that these new sources of food, these new sources of calories, stimulate population growth. And we have a boom in European population. In fact, these new sources of food are going to lead to a growth in population that are going to be some of the people that immigrate to the Americas. In fact, there's a need for people to leave Europe as a result of this population boom. Europe is also affected with technological discoveries. We have canoes being discovered by Europeans, snowshoes, dog sleds, hammocks. These are especially helpful on naval ships where room to sleep is hard to find. We also have drugs and medicine discovered in the New World. Bad drugs like tobacco and coca, which is used for cocaine, but also important and helpful drugs like quinine, which is a drug which will later be used to prevent malaria. The European economy is also especially affected. The resources brought from these colonies leads to an economic boom in Europe. And as a result, the feudal system with lords and peasants working the land for those lords is really dying. It's really almost done as a result. And as a result, mercantilism as an economic policy is growing. Directly related to that, the merchant class is becoming the most wealthy and most powerful class in Europe, especially in the Netherlands with the Dutch and in England. And finally, all that gold and silver, especially in Spain, leads to too much spending and too much currency in circulation. And as a result, in Spain, the value of their money goes down dramatically. That's inflation, and that hurts the Spanish economy.